Okay guys, I'm going to try and list all of my mods on the Scrambler because a lot of people ask me about them, and I definitely saved some money on a few parts, and I want to show you how you can do the same and where you can get every single part that I fitted on the bike as well. Let's start from the front. We have the official Triumph High Mudguard. There is no other substitute that I found for this one, and Triumph gave me a discount because I got a bunch of parts from them in the local dealership, so this was the best choice for me. The headlight grille is not the official Triumph headlight grille. This is a cheap AliExpress one, which looks exactly the same. I think the only difference is that this one is made of plastic, and if I'm not mistaken, the actual Triumph one is made from aluminium. Now, the turn indicators, these are very cheap as well. They're LED indicators from AliExpress, and the adapters for them are 3D printed by one of my friends. I just found the 3D model for the adapters and sent it to him, so he printed it out. I think they look very nice as well. They're bright enough for the €10 they cost. A lot of people buy a part that covers the shocks here, but you need to disassemble the triple tree, and these are just wrapped in black. You literally don't have to disassemble anything. Same thing for my headlight brackets. I actually quite like the original ones. The Motone ones, they're good, but they're also quite expensive, and I didn't really want to pay that much for headlight brackets, so I just painted mine black. And this is Plasti Dip, so you can peel it off anytime you want, and you can go back to the stock silvery color. I had the same guy who wrapped up my shocks place a protective film on the screen here, so it covers any old scratches and it protects it from any new ones. The brake reservoir is another official part. I think it looks very nice, so you can really get it from anywhere else. The handlebar brace is actually not the official Triumph one. I just had a friend tailor this for me. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. I had a friend just make this for me, and it cost me like €25 or something, compared to, if I'm not mistaken, the original one also comes with the entire brace, which is about £70. So not something I was willing to pay for just this part, because I just wanted this part. Bar and mirrors, these are also from AliExpress. They're very sturdy. I'm quite impressed by their quality, and they cost €20 compared to some of the famous bar and mirrors that are sold online. The bar and caps here are also from AliExpress. They're very cheap, and I like how they fit the bike. There's just zero point in paying that much money for these two parts when the AliExpress alternatives cost me a total of €25 maybe. For now, I've kept the stock brake and clutch levers because I like how they look. They give the bike a bit of contrast, because everything else is now blacked out. But I know people buy either the original Triumph ones or the Motone ones, which all look very good. But for now, I'm going to keep these. I've also kept the stock gas tank cap. The Motone one looks amazing, but I just love fiddling with this one whenever I'm at a red light or stuck in traffic. And it gives a bit of contrast as well. There are not many chrome parts left on the bike. Moving on to the middle of the bike, we have the radiator guard. You can also get this from AliExpress. Mine came with the bike, and I think this is the original one from Triumph. These caps, they're also quite expensive if you get them from Motone, I believe. Theirs look very nice, but I just paid like €5, I believe, for these from AliExpress, and I think they look very nice too. I mentioned I got a few parts from Triumph's local dealership, and that includes the dresser bars and the sump guard. They're the official Triumph ones, and I got a discount on them as well when I bought them with the high mud guard here. I've also taken the rubber from the pegs here because I got stuck in a bit of mud, if you haven't seen my video, and they got very slippery, so I removed them, and I think this gives the bike a bit of a more rugged off-road look, which I quite like. Now, maybe the part you've all been waiting for. This is the Total Triumph Slash Cut exhaust. I think it looks and it sounds amazing. You've probably heard it or seen it online. Now, this is without any baffles at all. It's just a straight pipe. The cat converter is still in the bike, and these are quite loud, but for now I think it's manageable. It doesn't annoy me, it doesn't hurt my ears, but you can always put 42mm baffles in each pipe. You can also buy these from AliExpress. I pre-bought 2 just in case I needed them, but I don't plan on installing them anytime soon, to be honest. The seat is the official Triumph ribbed bench seat in black. There are a lot of alternatives to the seat, a lot of great ones like Crafton seats, Motone seats, but I just went for this one because it was convenient to get it with the dresser bars, with the sump guard, with the high mud guard, and everything else I had done in the Triumph dealership. I must admit, I think the stock seat is comfier than this one, but I wanted a whole seat, not 2 separate ones, and this one is just slightly lowered and gives the bike a bit of a lowered look, and I like how it looks right now. Moving on to this side and the back, this is a custom side plate. I basically just had the same plate cut out, then I spray painted it and placed a number here. I really like Bunker Customs side plate there, but it's super expensive, and maybe I'll get it in the future, but I just don't feel like paying that much for a side cover right now. My original one was very beat up, so a replacement was necessary. I have the luggage spacer here from Classic Bike Reich. This is, I'm not sure if it's an original Triumph part. I just bought it from their website, but it was relatively cheaper than any other places. I have a tail tidy here in the back with 3-in-1 LED indicators. So these are tail light, stop light, and turn signals at the same time. And I'll link the tail tidy. It's also from AliExpress, as well as the indicators. One problem with this tail tidy is that when you remove the original mud guard, you leave this entire space here on the bottom right here exposed, and the battery is somewhere over there, so you're risking exposure of the battery to outside conditions and to water, to debris, etc., etc. So what I did was I took a car mud guard, I cut it up, and with the help of a heat gun I molded it to fit under the seat. And this is my custom mud guard right now, and it does a great job of covering everything under the seat, and no water gets in between the seat and the tail tidy. Now, to fit any aftermarket tail tidy with LED indicators, you also need to purchase a wiring harness. I bought that from Classic Bike Reich as well. It was like 30 euros, and you cannot do anything without that. I really don't recommend cutting any of the original wiring, welding anything onto the original wiring. Just keep the original harness, buy this one for 30 euros. I'll probably have it somewhere on screen or in the description, and save yourself a ton of headache. And I think that's it, guys. I'm not sure how many parts that was, maybe around 20 last time I counted, but I can safely say the bike is finished. In the future, I'm planning on changing the tires for knobbier ones, probably the Pirelli Scorpion STRs, but these Metzlers are brand new. The stickers are still on them, so I just want to wear them out. There's no point in me just throwing or taking these off yet. They're not off-road tires. The bike definitely struggles in muddier conditions, as you've probably seen in my previous video where I got stuck in deep mud, but I'm doing everything on a budget. I don't want to overspend. Oh, I probably shouldn't have bought a Triumph if I don't want to overspend. But for now, I'm going to keep the tires. I'm also thinking of wrapping a tank in black sometime in the future. But right now, it also gives the bike some nice contrast because pretty much everything aside from the exhaust is black. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful. There is some wind noise, but I wanted this to be as authentic and as real as possible because I've stopped at this beautiful location, as you can probably see, and I just don't want to take away from the whole experience, and I want you to feel and see everything that I am right now.